Hi-oh! Welcome to part 5 of Kingdom Come Deliverance II with the Therapist. It's great to have you on board as we continue to frolic through the countryside. I remind you, please do not post any spoilers or backseating in the comments. If you post backseating or spoilers in the comments like 5 years after the playthrough, I don't really know what you're doing. I'm not going to go back and change it. Remember, this is a YouTube video. But regardless, I'm glad you're here. Leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I've been enjoying engaging with the discourse about this playthrough. Hope you'll continue to leave comments. I hope you'll continue to be respectful in your comments. And yeah, y'all are great. Check out my other playthroughs while you're waiting for these to come out. But we're going to keep getting them out as fast as we can. All right, let's find our dog. Okay. So we got to go to the fishing village apparently to do that. Instead of going all the way up there, I think we're going to go see this Tomcat guy. You're going to go see what he's all about. Maybe he's going to learn us a little something. Okay. For those who have been asking about this, I will read the dialogue options when I can. There are times where the dialogue options are timed, and if that's the case, I'm not going to be able to do it, but I will read what I can. All right. We're gonna just follow the path around. Hey, this is the guy I killed. Ooh. You doing all right? No flies, no decomposition yet. Think if I chuck him in the... No, I don't need to chuck him in the river. Take me to the river. Drop me in the water. Whoa, a stool. Is this another little fishing area here? It would seem that it may be. Okay. So it looks like we got to cut up through those rocks then. I actually don't know if the answer to that, Jugger. Terribly awkward place for a log. Come on, Henry. Climb, big guy. Climb. There we go. Hey, are we mostly just retracing our steps from... our original little trek through these rocks? I think we kind of are. Hopefully my cardio stat goes up from doing these nice jogs. Well, that's a long way down. Okay. Oh, God, the lighting. Just fabulous. I will say, if there is one thing I do not love, is that the movement in this game is kind of jerky. Like, I don't love that. I don't know if that's something that, like, slight motion blur would solve. but it is not super smooth. I think there's a mod that gets rid of head bobbing. I would love to turn that off if that's a thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a thing. I wonder if, let's see if a motion blur would help. Maybe it makes it a little smoother. No. Oh my god, no, that's worse. That's so much worse. Why does motion blur ever even need to be a thing? Oh my god. Yeah, I'll look into mods for that just to maybe make it a little easier. It's just when I move my mouse, it's really rough. And I see it too. I imagine if I was watching it, it would be kind of tough to stomach. So I'll do my best not to be so jerky, but wild dog. Oh god. Oh shit. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, this is not good. I don't want to kill you. Run away, please. Oh god. Oh shit. Come on, guys. Maybe you know my dog, Mutt? I don't want to fight you. Dude, these dogs are so strong. Oh my god. Oh good, now my equipment's broken. Lovely. God damn it! No.
What have you?
Oh my god, dude. Jeez. Ugh. I mean, I hate to kill them, but ugh, Boy, my stuff is in bad shape. Okay. Come on, man. I can be cool. That's right. Good. Good. Run away. Oh, can I wash? I doubt I can wash in the lake. It'd be nice if I could. Can I? Nope. Okay. No, we're going to keep the sword out. This dog is going to like pop out of the brush, man. I'm a little scared. Oh boy. Maybe I didn't even need to come down here. I guess this is why we need to train with that dude. Yeah, look at that. Didn't even need to come down here. Could have just gone this way. Oh, what's going on here? Is this like a... What's this? Jesus. Okay, this is... Boy, okay. I'm way off the beaten path here. Oh my god. How do I get... Okay. There has to be a way over there. I'm going completely the wrong way. Maybe I can get up there this way. Then we can go back. I'm near death. Hopefully I don't have rabies from those dogs. I need to tend to my wounds. I am going about this the most stupid way possible. Holy crap. Feels like walking the strip? You aren't kidding. If you've never been to Las Vegas, just know the strip is way longer than you think. Don't ever try to walk to your... It is not a fun experience if you try to walk the whole thing. Okay, Nomads Camp. I should probably put my sword away. Nomads, a collective term for individuals who did not settle in one place and change their location depending on livelihood, season, security situation, or forced displacement. Due to their nomadic lifestyle and foreign customs, they were often viewed with distance or became targets of discrimination and prejudice. In the majority of society of Czech islands, the term gypsies became established for nomads. Although later it turned into a pejorative term, even though originally it simply referred to a non-settled person and did not primarily refer to any specific ethnicity. In our game, the Nomad's Camp is a mixture of people of various nationalities and destinies brought together by their journey. Oh god. That's not how I wanted that to go. Oh my god.
Oh, kill me. I should have saved when I was walking up that hill.
Oh god. I got a little too close to the edge there. Riveting gameplay, watching me walk this. Buddy. Oh my god. God, that's so annoying. Don't walk too close to the edge in a game that takes fall damage seriously. Now imagine you didn't have a quick save mod. Well, I didn't use it, so I don't have to imagine it. I'm literally living it. I'm living the life of a person who didn't install a quick save mod right now. Nothing to imagine here, friends. We're just doing it. And I'm retracing my steps exactly the same way I went last time, and we all know how well that went. God, what a nightmare. No, there is no God. If there was a God, he wouldn't have put me through this. That's how you know all the people of Bohemia are bullshitters when they talk about the God bless shit. You're a spiteful dude up there. Why'd you make gravity so forceful if you didn't make me with legs that could withstand it? Oh god. Okay, so okay, here's what I'm confused by. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Henry, my boy. Henry. Let's take inventory here for a second. There's a trail down there, so we need to get down there. Kitty man. What do you think, kitty man? Oh, I think we found... Well, no, because this is... So there's something about this is like some sort of like, I don't know, like trap or something. I can't climb this. I can't climb over this. I can't climb over this. Oh, if only I'd have discovered that. Romani people. Based on linguistic analysis of the Romani language, we know that their origin comes from India. However, why migration to the west occurred between the 5th and 10th centuries AD can only be speculated upon. In the early 15th century, several groups of nomadic Roma, numbering from dozens to hundreds of people, may already have been moving across Czech lands. Records indicate that they presented themselves as Christian refugees expelled from the Holy Land after its conquest by the Arabs. This initial portrayal earned them respect, and many rulers and sovereigns provided them with passes ensuring free passage and protection. However, along with their migration into continental Europe, cultural misunderstandings and conflicts began to arise. The Roma, with their exotic cultural practices and attire, often faced incomprehension. Despite the difficult coexistence, the Roma tried to survive as best they could. They were renowned horsemen, blacksmiths, and musicians, and their supposed ability to control the supernatural is often mentioned. The latter, however, is more likely an attribute of our tendency to attribute unknown things to an otherworldly origin, as we talked about in a previous episode. But yes, people really struggle with things that they can't understand. And you'll notice that sometimes one of the ways you can make yourself possibly safer in a given situation is if you assimilate into the norms of the group that you are walking up to. So if they say they're Christian and they speak the language and they, show themselves in a way that is as consistent as possible with the people that they're trying to either integrate with or traverse through, it's a lot safer. This is where concepts like masking show up psychologically for people, where they'll be like, you know what? If I overly differentiate myself and create myself in this space as something people aren't going to understand as well, then I open myself to possible risk. And so in order to not do that, I'm going to assimilate in and deny some of who I am because people struggle with difference more than they like to admit. Oh God, you don't speak English, so this is already gonna be a thing. Never mind. Combat arena. Something tells me we'll be using that quite a bit. Do 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 do. All right, nomad camp, like it never even happened. Don't forget about that ledge. Don't even look at it.
You look just like that gajo that Aranka was talking about. Go and see the voivod.
Oh my God, it's like
you look
this.
to me a lot like the one Aranka was talking about. The voivod will want to talk to you.
The voivod. Who are you that's so wise in the ways of science? Is this where the voivod goes? I don't... Something tells me I can't just sleep in random people's beds. Who's the voivod? Ooh, okay. Can I... Hello, sir? The voivod. Are you the voivod? Mordecai Heim. Trade. You want my busted ass mace? Oh, hunting sword. Do you think he'll buy this for 1.5 coin? We'll give him a little short tunic here. Make some coin here. Sell you these. Okay, these don't sell for a lot. That's okay. Let's go ahead and close that deal. Close that deal. Excuse me.
The voivod's wife spoke of
Healing herbs. Oh, I'm not worried about that. Are you the voivod? You are.
It's you, Gajo. Aranka's prophecy is coming true.
What? What Gajo?
You come to save our family from this disaster.
So my options are save how or hold on. I'm going to engage with curiosity.
Save how? What are you talking about? Slow down and tell me what happened.
How can I slow down, Gajo, when my Shea Marika is gone? My only daughter, gone. Her empty tent is all that is left of her. If Aranka's prophecy is true, you must help me.
Okay, a lot of daughters disappearing right here. Don't love that.
What prophecy? By all that's holy.
Miri Romni had vision, and she described a Gajo just like you. She says a stranger coming, not like us, different. And he will help our family, our honor. And I believe her every word. She's never wrong, Shosha.
Okay. I mean, I guess we'll just gather info.
So she disappeared out of the blue?
On my honor as voivode of this camp. One moment she's here, next moment gone. We search for her, but not find. Then Aranka has vision. So we wait for Gajo, who will help us. And now, waiting is over. It's written in stars and how birds fly. I know nothing of such things, but everything Aranka says is true. Will you help me? Will you help an unfortunate voivode? I will reward you, do not worry.
All right, so I'm going to say this right now, and then I'm not going to say it again for the rest of the playthrough. But in games like this, I do think that it's important that I highlight this. Games inherently enable or encourage bad boundaries. They encourage you to stick your nose in places you generally shouldn't. So, if I played video games as a well-boundaried person, we'd miss out on a lot of the content. Some of you that have watched some of my earlier playthroughs know this. So one of the compromises I've made is to say when I wouldn't do something and then do it anyway, unless I have a really strong thing to stand on, so that we have more content to talk about. I have no idea what any of this is. I don't have any context for this. So if I'm Henry here, my reaction to this would be, I'm so sorry your daughter is missing and I'm not comfortable getting involved. Vision or no vision. I don't know what kind of risk I'm going to take. I don't know what... I don't know what the complexities of what I'm sticking my nose in are here. Okay, so normally I'd be like, sorry, man, but I will do it. Now, what I will say here, and this is partially a product of the times, but still plays out, I think, in modern ways. And connects a bit to what we talked about a couple episodes ago, or maybe it was last episode, which is, you know, the whole idea of like God of the gaps, right? Like you use spiritual stuff to explain the ever decreasing amount of unknowns relative to scientific inquiry. Prophecy and the idea that anybody can see prophecy is a way to mitigate anxiety about the future. And when this guy says she's always right, chances are she's not right 100% of the time. Chances are even if she has a above average ability to say what's going to happen and predict things, there's no way she does it 100%. But confirmation bias will certainly take you into a direction of believing that she's right 100% of the time if you choose to only look at data that supports that, which is a important thing to understand in situations like this. And I wouldn't call it an analogy, but the analog I like to use for this is that, so I live in Las Vegas. I personally do not bet. I don't gamble on sports. But people who do make their living gambling on sports will tell you that if you are correct 55% of the time, you are killing it. You are in the top tier of echelon of people who gamble on sports. 55%. So just slightly better than a coin flip on what you pick. So the idea that any person could foretell everything, we're talking about just sporting events, right? We're not talking about gigantic complexities around a person disappearing from a camp. So again, I say this more as an illustration of like people will default on this, especially maybe at a time like this, because it brings comfort. It brings a known to the unknown. If this person who claims to be clairvoyant says, a stranger will show up and will assist us, and that gives the people of the camp a sense of peace, and they don't freak out and panic and send out dangerous search parties and shit, and they sit and wait, even if it's not the right decision, and then a stranger shows up, did I show up because she foretold it, or were the chances good that a stranger was going to show up in the camp at some point given their public presence? And now we can use confirmation bias to try to square up a bunch of stuff that really is just to create a cogent story, but maybe our desire to structuralize the entropy of the universe. And why this would be important for this guy is because if you believe she's 100% right about everything, there may be times where she says you should do something and it's actually objectively the wrong decision and you follow it because you believe she's right 100% of the time. It's got to be real careful.
I'll help you. I'm sure we'll find her.
Dear God, I know something good will happen the moment when I see you.
But hold on. You have to tell me more about Marika. Where's her tent? Maybe I can find something in there that'll help with the search.
We look through everything here. That's Zeratu. Nothing.
Still, I'd at least give it a try.
Mishto. But don't waste time. Marika, she sleep under a kind of oilcloth right next to Aranka's shop. She always liked the open air.
This is an interesting thing too. I look, God, it's so funny to me how some of these offhanded conversations can just you talk about some of the most random shit. There is absolutely utility to Henry looking through her tent. Habituation can lead to error. And having a fresh set of eyeballs from an entirely different perspective, somebody who is not essentially nose blind to everything, can lead to that person seeing a pattern or a pattern disruption or something funky that other people wouldn't see because they've habituated to seeing that as maybe being like normal. This could be a bad thing, but it can also be a good thing. So as an example, as some of you know, I make music and I release that music on Spotify. I've got several albums available if you want to listen to them. And one of the things that you have to do, I think, if you're a smart producer of anything, I spend hours upon hours listening to the songs that I put out. And eventually I'm so habituated to the songs, I know what's coming next, that I will miss errors that might have happened in my editing. So I will release some of the songs to like trusted friends and sometimes members of the community and say, when you listen to this, let me know if you hear anything funky. And almost every time, at least somebody will say, hey, at 3 minutes and 14 seconds, there's like a thing, like I can hear something weird, or there's a note that's whatever, and you'll go back and be like, oh my gosh. Or if you have somebody proofread an essay that you've been working on for weeks, they might see something that you haven't seen. And it's because that novelty, the difference of a subjective experience and a difference of perspective where you're not habituated to what you've seen, can lead to more recognition of anomaly, which sounds backwards because you'd think that being habituated would mean you would see the disruption better, but not always. So when he says up front here, you're wasting time, there's no point, that's not actually true. Unless the tent's gone completely or you have more information. But if you're going to sit here and tell me you have no information, let me look around.
Where and when did you last see her?
It has been 2 days. We even follow her tracks past her woman's hut and then on towards Apollonia.
You mean Bajana, the herbalist? She didn't advise you?
I do not know the Johanni's name, but I know she does not like nomads. She say she don't know anything, and if she know, she will not tell us. Such disrespect. Pooh, be bucked.
Voivod, I know it's hard to accept, but could your daughter have been...
No.
But...
I said no.
I just mean...
I am voivod, and that means I am wisest in all camp. I have letter of safe conduct from the king, guaranteeing safety and freedom for my camp. And when I know something, I know it. Tana,
I think I know everything I need to know.
please, find Marika and bring her back. See you soon, my friend.
Now, dissect that a little bit. The obvious thing to say here is, of course, he doesn't know everything, and believing he knows everything is going to lead to more problems because he's going to be blind to a lot of stuff because he thinks what he knows is reality. That's the boring analysis. He's scared. And he doesn't know, and he knows he doesn't know because he feels the anxiety of it. He feels the urgency. But he engages an expectation as a means to compensate for that. I would have to guess, as the leader of the group, there's likely some fear that if he panics, the rest of the group's going to panic, so he has to keep it together. Look, engaging the unknowns of the world is scary. It just is. The world's a gray area. We were talking about this in the chat in my live stream leading up to this. Like, you can't predict everything. You can't have everything in perfect right angles. Nothing's ever going to go exactly the way that you expect that it's going to go. And to expect that it will is to completely misfire on the way all of this works. But people don't like that. People don't like gray areas. People don't like unknowns. People don't like when the stuff they're emotionally connected to is wrapped up in an unknown. So to ask if there's a chance that she might be hurt or killed is not saying that she is. But when you're talking with somebody who deals a bit in absolutes, they're going to hear it that way. So no, nothing could have happened to her is just as bad right now as saying something definitely happened to her. It serves no actual purpose to go in that direction other than to mitigate whatever anxiety, or at least you think it mitigates whatever anxiety you have, except it doesn't, because deep down you know that you don't know. Some people get so wrapped up into the knowns that they construct that they really do get lost in it, but that's sort of getting into a point where you start to believe delusion. Inviting the conversation about is there a chance that something may have happened to her is not to say that it did, but it's to start to take into account the reality of the situation and all the factors that we have to take into account as the person who is going to actually involve ourselves in this. But yeah, engaging gray areas and unknowns, acknowledging what you don't know, it seems vulnerable. It isn't actually, unless a person preys upon it. But if I'm in a position to help, I would much rather you say you don't know, or say you know, yeah, we have a decree from the king that says no harm will come to us, but you and I both know that there's people in this world that don't really care about what the king's decree is. So while I hope nothing happened to her, and while I don't suspect anything did, there are certain groups of people that don't like nomads. And so you may want to look out for this, because when we've been either attacked before, we've seen these type, like there's a good rich conversation to have there. But this guy so desperately wants to stay away from whatever ambiguity and unknowns are doing to him that he has a tone shift and compensates into, I know better, I know more than you. I've been foretold that you will help us. I deal in absolutes. I deal in a reality that I construct and then confirm as being real, rather than inviting unknowns into it. Because it's hard for me to accept that this act of randomness may have befallen us. So that he may believe that makes him a good leader. In certain scenarios, it probably does, because if the nomads need to follow him and he speaks in absolutes and gives clear directives, then yeah. But if you're gonna waffle, like it's a fine line. Like you don't want to overly waffle and then have the entire group anxious, but you also need to invite the idea that you may not actually know. Anyway, I get it. But this all comes too sometimes from people being in a position where they think they're not allowed to feel their feelings, or that being afraid is somehow weak, and it isn't. It's just another variable you're working with. Can I eat? Would you mind if I eat some porridge before I go? Really? Steal food? Oh. Is there a bed I can stay in? Okay. Hey, I remember that spot over there. Okay. It's a cool little camp here. I like the decor. Cool tents. Okay, so we have this. Oh, what cool. Whoa, neat. Oh, that's so cool. You get like the little mini. Oh, man. All right. Another dice guy. New activity. Go and see Tomcat. All right, I want to go see Tomcat. I want to go see what's up with our boy. Oh, Tomcat. Are you Tomcat? Yeah, what's up, dude?
Good day to you.
Good day to you. I've heard incredible things about you.
I've heard incredible things about you. They say you let a fully loaded hay wagon roll over you.
Hi. It was quite the show.
Is that how you usually spend your free time?
Oh, often enough. People like it. But don't think it's some trick. It's the real thing. And it's not easy. It's not just about muscles, but about your overall approach to food and life in general. Being a strongman isn't a trade. It's a way of life.
I believe you. Getting run over by a wagon isn't for everyone.
That's right. Not everyone can do it. But I was nursed by a wild she-bear, so it's no problem for me. Nothing's impossible. Remember that. Nothing's impossible.
What's up? Is everything all right?
Same as usual. Can't complain.
Were you were raised by a bear? What did you used to do? How do you make your living, and what can you do? We'll inquire. You were raised by a bear?
You were raised by a wild bear, you said?
You think I'm lying? Or you're just amazed?
Well, it's just you're the first person I ever met who had that kind of upbringing.
The first? The only one, more like, fella. It was a cruel winter when they found me in that bear's den as a baby.
So you're an orphan?
If we rule out a human baby being born to a bear, then I reckon that's a good bet.
Right. That was stupid.
What?
No, I meant I was being stupid. About the bear thing, of course.
Well, there you go. Nothing's impossible for a man like me. Like I say, nothing's impossible.
Yeah, you've made that pretty clear. Go survive that jump off the cliff over there, dude. Tell me nothing's impossible.
I'd be interested to know what you live on.
I had lentils for lunch and bread pudding for dinner. What's it to you?
What do you do, I mean?
Right now, I'm talking to you. Then I'll go and have a bite to eat because I'm starving. And
Yeah.
to keep my strength up. It's not so easy. The strongman trade can't be taken lightly.
Don't they say a hungry artist makes for a good artist?
A hungry artist is a bad artist because no one ever earned a crust by going hungry.
Okay, so this feels like as good of a time as any to talk about this, and I want to be really, really clear that I'm not going to be able to go into the amount of depth that I, you know, that otherwise I'll be here for hours. But I'm also not. I am not diagnosing him. Just people always are like, why do you have to be clear about this? I can't diagnose fictional characters. I can't diagnose anybody who's not my client. So I'm not diagnosing him. But we're going to have a conversation for a second about communication and autism. Because nothing will hold you more accountable to just how complicated human language is than having a conversation with somebody who is autistic. Now, there's a massive amount of diversity in the autism community, so I'm not trying to act like all people who are autistic are the same here, okay? So, but bear with me as I try to sort of make this point. Because this conversation here between Henry and, I'm forgetting his name, Tomcat, can be what it's like to be somebody who is not autistic talking to somebody who is. There is a level of literal that is part of the communication that people who aren't autistic sort of take for granted their ability to like read between the lines and engage a level of like nuance and all of the unbelievable amount of things you have to track in a conversation with somebody in order to actually understand what it is they're communicating to you. I've long said that talking to people who are not autistic is more of a pain in the ass than talking to people who are. Because when you speak literally and engage literally, it's a lot more concrete. You know, when he says, what are you getting by on? And he says, well, I'm getting by on the beans and lentils I ate for lunch. He answered the question. It's actually Henry's lack of clarity in that question. What do you get by on is not actually clear language. It's a question that requires a level of interpretation. And even a person who's not autistic, like I'm not making this a non-autistic versus autistic thing, but like even being a person talking to another person, it requires you to understand nuance. It's like when you talk to somebody who speaks a different language and there's a saying, like an idiom they want to say, and they're like, I don't have an English translation for this. Where like language is so much more than just the words that you say. And you can learn a lot about communication when you have a conversation with somebody like Tomcat. Because it holds you accountable to be more clear. And in weird ways, it actually makes it easier because you don't have to like read between the lines. You just learn to be more clear and direct with what you're saying, rather than speaking in passive language or alluding to things or using various like jargon that are culturally or that are like culturally loaded or localized. Like it's kind of amazing. Like human communication is something that so many people take for granted, and is something that like I kind of wish we wouldn't. I get why we do. But it's just a really interesting conversation there, right? Because it's like the needs of this are not for Tomcat to assimilate to Henry. I would argue it's the other way around, that like Henry needs to learn to be more literal with this specific person because that's the type of communication that this person's going to engage. It's easier to do that. Anyway, I like to say this sometimes as like I mean this to be some form of advocacy for people who are autistic, but like, it's easier sometimes to talk with people with autism or people who speak literally than it is to talk with people who aren't. So as soon as you make talking to somebody with autism like the thing that's complicated, it's more than likely a you problem. Oh, ye fellow neurotypicals. All right. Anyway, I hope that made sense. Sort of fumbled my way through that there at the end. All right. What'd you used to do?
What did you do before you took to the road?
How did I become a nomad? It's in my blood. This is my life.
So you've known the Voivod for some time?
Uh-huh. The Voivode is a good fella. I met him this winter and helped him with his horse.
I didn't realize you know about horses.
What? The only thing I know about horses is that they go around on 4 legs. The Voivode's horse died from the cold, so I dragged it to the camp on a handcart, and we turned it into some first-class goulash. At least that old nag was good for something.
What can you do, Tomcat?
Me? Everything.
Yeah,
Nothing's impossible.
Don't tell me you can really do everything.
Oh, Henry.
If I put my mind to it, try me.
What about swimming?
I've been training to swim in cold water for years. No one can beat me when it comes to swimming under ice.
I'd like to believe that. And seeing it's summer now, I have no other choice. What about climbing?
I can climb any cliff without a rope, just using my bare hands, and then do a backflip
Bare
off it
hands.
into a pond.
Jesus, you're a madman.
Not at all. I'd be a madman if I trusted my life to something as crazy as a horse.
Wait, so you're afraid of horses?
Hey, nothing's impossible. But I hate horses with all my guts. I never take risks, and that's why I'll never get on a horse. Not even for a golden goose.
You don't take risks? And what about your strongman antics?
No risk involved. That's years of hard work and training, fella.
I love everything about this conversation. I genuinely love this. I want to hang out with this dude. Like, really. What he is alluding to here is something that I so deeply wish more people would pay attention to and really think critically about. Because if you do, it can lead to a less anxiety-filled existence. And that is, he says nothing's impossible if I put in the hard work, in part because he's talking about if I'm in control of it, then it's not a risk. If I'm dealing with something I can't control, it is, like a horse. Sure, you can train a horse, and people do it well. There's plenty of stuff you can do, but at the end of the day, there is always a chance that that horse could engage some kind of autonomy and decide one day, I don't want you on my back. Or could get stung by a bee and freak out and start galloping and throw you over a fence. That is always a possibility. And so that creates risk because the horse is not fully in your control. If you determine that in order to, climb that rock. No, you can't control the weather. You can't control if there's some sort of fissure behind the rock. That, like, there are still risks. His sort of ignorance to that or unwillingness to accept that is going to potentially be his downfall at some point. But the point that he's making is essentially, I rest easy to some extent in the idea that I have determined and put my energy into controlling what I can control. And I either avoid what I cannot, or I respect what I cannot, and I accept that it's something I can't control, and then I determine how I respond to it. A horse is something I can't control. I accept that for what it is. My response is to not ride it. Some people would say my response is to ride it and take the risk and do what I can to mitigate the risks. Training the horse will mitigate the risks. But I love the way he is present in that. Because there really is a level of empowerment that can come from that. One of the biggest problems I see on the whole is when people try to exert control in places they don't have it, and where they defer control in places where they do. Neither one of those is particularly helpful. And I could even go far enough into left field to say that in some ways, I think that people do that in part because to do that is to enable and facilitate a level of stuckness that ensures that change doesn't enter into your life. But that's a conversation for a different day. All right, here we go.
If I didn't believe in myself and what I do, I'd be long dead.
Can you show me how you pull off some of your feats of strength?
I don't know. You mean you don't know how to hand out slaps? Or just how to follow one up?
Well, I'm not a complete beginner. And I'm not as interested in slaps as I am in swordsmanship and wrestling.
Ah, I see. I could help with that. I wouldn't want to beat a dead horse, after all. You know what I mean, right?
I understand. I'll try not to disappoint you. And I'd be grateful if you'd make time for me, Master.
Of course I'll show you what I know. But you can't be stingy, my friend.
I understand. Don't worry. I'll pay you.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll be back later because I can't afford your rates, boss. Swordmanship, 75. Heavy weapons, 75. Pole arms, 75. Unarmed apprentice, 200. I have 11. We'll be back. Now you understand why people play with dice. Oh! Hi, Julia. Hello. Welcome in. Friends, if you don't follow What If Julia, please make sure you do that. She's great. She's wonderful. She's fabulous. She's every nice, warm, fuzzy, cozy word you could possibly say about somebody. Go follow her. If you're watching me on YouTube, go follow What If Julia. If you're on Twitch, go follow her. Click on her name. Go follow her. Do it. For those of you coming along with Julia, hello. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we're currently playing Kingdom Come Deliverance II. It's a spoiler-free and backseat-free run. I use my expertise as a therapist to analyze the games I play. So we talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more. I do this to try to, help people understand various concepts and take things that happen in video games and translate them to their real life. So if that sounds like something you're down for, come hang out. Glad to have you here. And Julia, I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for bringing folks over here. All right, bath maid. Yo, can I get a bath? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bath maid. Oh, ye bath maid. I'd like to purchase a bath, please. Oh, look at this clean water with the cloth. Oh.
Greetings.
Horse handler Mikolai.
Hey, do you want to race horses?
Kind of sounds fun.
Good thing you spoke up. I'm looking for someone like that right now.
You are in the right place. We have not really talked properly yet, have we? I am Mikolai, and with my horse Tuv, I organize horse races in this region. As a proper lovari, I make sure it is a challenge for both riders and horses. But we are missing a proper challenger. We cannot find a single decent rider anywhere around here. Even Bibrek, the best human rider, is afraid of me.
Bibrek or what's a Lavari? Bibrek?
Who is that Bibrek?
He is a Cuman who claims he's not Cuman. But he can shoot. I do admit that. When I started to organize races, he came up with his own archery ones, and happily wagers on them. But never mind him. We, Lovari, are more than happy to outsmart the likes of him in trade.
What does that mean, that you're Lovari?
Ask our horses about that. They will tell you how a proper Lovari cares for them.
Well, I can't speak with horses. At least not sober.
A pity. Folks who understand them can trade them properly, maybe even sell them for a good price. They are almost as clever as people. If Tuv happened to outlive me, he could easily organize these races on his own. What about you and your horse?
I don't have one right now, but he's simply a partner, a friend and a helper, rather like a dog.
That is how it should be. But not everyone understands that, and Bibrek least of all.
All right, but how about these races? How do they go?
Every challenger must first bow to Zamur. I tell you, he was a hell of a rider. People will talk about him until Judgment Day. There is an altar in his name in the woods nearby. If you do not say a prayer there, your horse will throw you before the race even starts.
I better not skip that then.
I will take you there. Shall we go?
Wait a moment. I'd rather speak with Bibrek first. You said he organizes archery contests?
Yes, yes. But you will see yourself. It is not worth it.
Superstition, by the way, is a great example of ways that people sort of try to control things that they can't really control. Like all superstition really is taking two mostly unrelated things and then assuming there's a connection between the two of them. And the superstition itself isn't really the thing that does anything. It's often the consistency that a person commits their mind to with it, and that when the superstition, that when the superstition itself is disrupted, like for example, if you're supposed to pray at this altar or else your horse will throw you, and then you don't do that, maybe you didn't have time, you woke up late and you got to get to the race and you didn't pray, a person will be like, oh my gosh, this is going to go terribly and I didn't pray and the horse is going to throw me, and it's the discombobulation that causes the problem. It's not that you didn't engage the superstition. So there's a lot of, and people will get so, especially athletes, I work with a lot of high level athletes, they get really locked into superstition. And while some of it is harmless and fine, sometimes you really got to be careful with it, because people will sometimes make decisions in the context of superstition that are not actually the best decision to make in a given moment. All right. Anyway, I'm not a horse guy. They're beautiful animals, but I miss me with riding them. Terrifying. Talk to the other horsemen. Nomads camp. Okay, so let's do this. Ask the herbalist about America. Whoa, jeez. Okay, wait a second. All right, let's go look at her tent. This playthrough really is going to be like 1,000 episodes, isn't it?
Servus, Sartukejau.
It's fine. There's been a lot of good stuff to talk about so far, so I'm okay with that. Is this her tent? Okay. I don't want to lockpick that. Boy, this would drive me bonkers if my tent was here and then there was a water cooler right there and I had to hear people just pour water and just drink from a cup outside of my tent. No, thank you. Wait, this is not. Where is her tent? It's gotta be this. Am I going crazy? Search America's tent. Not this. I'm worried about lockpicking that. Like some bloody oh, shit. Okay. Clothesline here.
God be with you. Kamishtas, tenamishtas. Oh, my back.
Deer antlers. Look at this cool little idol thing. God, there's so much detail. Well, you're a thirsty boy, eh? Hey, wait, you're the horse guy.
What do you know about Marika's disappearance?
I don't know what to think about it. I've got plenty to worry about myself.
Fair enough.
Budbach tesas tipen.
Huh. What am I looking for? Nothing up there. I mean, oh man. I am so afraid to pick this. You don't have a lockpick. Okay. Unless this couldn't possibly be her. Like, I mean, maybe it's what they said. It's nothing. If you sleep in somebody else's bed, oh God! You'll most likely be discovered and kicked out. What's more, if you do someone you're not supposed to be, you may even be fined for burglary. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry. Wait, are you? Okay. Whoa, whoops. Oh God. But I'm sorry. I was so tired. But where is her dude? This is wild. I'm going nuts here. Where? I mean, I guess it's optional to search her tent, but like, I guess I should have slept in this bed, huh? All right, she wants me out of here. Okay. Drink wine, pour a potion. I don't want to drink wine. Wait, what if alcohol has boosted some of your stats, but if you drink too much, it will start to weaken you. On top of all that, you can get addicted, so drink with moderation. Oh shit. Okay.
Good day to you.
What do you know about Marika's disappearance?
The whole thing's a bit odd, let me tell you. Nobody knows for sure how she went missing or where she went. And the voivode doesn't want to talk about it.
It was good to see you, my friend.
I'm hungry. Can I don't want to have to steal food. Conspicuousness, not doing so good right now. Oh God, this stuff's not fresh. There's so much to track here. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I should search her tent. Maybe I'll find something useful.
Just drop it, will you? Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
Oh man, I hate when this happens because like I want to figure it out. But I am also, there's like not anything to indicate to me. Like it has to be. What is that noise? Okay, so I'm in the right spot, maybe, because, okay, so I'm at, okay. Now I understand. So it says, so I see, I'm in the thing. So now, oh, here we go. Marika's scarf. Wow, that is like, you want to talk about that being tucked away. Marika's scarf.
Nice scarf. It must have belonged to Marika.
Okay. Think if I put it on, it'll be distressing to her dad? I'm not going to do that. Oh, no, I need some new boots. Oh, God. Okay. So... Didn't they say that there's like a fast travel mechanic? All right, so I wonder if it's sort of like it's like Red Dead where. Okay, so I can't talk to this guy about the scarf. Like Red Dead where there's like a dude sitting there with a horse carriage and he'll take you. That would be the immersive way to do this, but
Greetings. What do you want?
What do you know about Marika's disappearance?
That's the Voivod's business. I don't want to talk about it. Farewell, my friend.
did you guys hear about that guy that slept in somebody's bed tonight?
What was it I wanted?
Soldier, I want to talk to you. Hey. Hey, I want to talk to you. Hey. Okay, never mind. Voivod, I want to talk to you. Look at this guy.
You're not going to plow on Sunday, are you?
No, nor should you.
Except I don't have a bullock, and you won't lend me yours on any other day.
Go.
Oh, it is you, Charges.
What are you talking about?
You are that chavo from my dream, Jalas Mangesuno. You came to me, the Ternogagio friend of the Roma with clear eyes, the one who has suffered much. A stranger to take on the task that shall unite our familia once again, or divide us forever.
The Voivod already told me about the prophecy.
Then you know what needs to be done, Frau.
Do you have any idea where Marika might be?
Dear boy, the crystal ball is cloudy. The smoke from the herbs goes with the breeze. And the flight of the birds? No, that cannot be relied on.
Can you really divine things from bird flight?
As sure as my name is Aranka. But wait, there is one thing. Last night I dreamt of a city of rocks.
A city of rocks? What does that mean?
I can only say what I saw, nothing more.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Laches gajo mishtes. What can an old woman like me do for you?
I don't know. Am I gonna have to pay you for this?
I'd like to learn a greeting in your language.
There are all kinds. But if you want to say how are you, then it is Sartukejal. And if you want something a bit less ordinary, it is Kaijazmore. But that is only said by man to man, mind you. We women say Sotaves mrichai.
Aha. And what does that mean?
It is simply asking if the other has enough to eat. This is good manners among us.
Or Kudijal. It's a nice way of, again, some of the assimilation stuff. It's a good way of just showing respect for people. Unless you're American and you, like, go to some country that doesn't speak English. You're like, why doesn't anybody speak English? Sorry, bud. You're in Cambodia. Let's see.
Where did you come from?
Ay, gajo. From God, of course.
I mean, where were you before?
Ah, I see. Well, in the winter we are always in the south. And in the summer we go north.
And over again, like that.
What do you mean over and over? There is the East Road and the West Road too, right?
Wait, you really don't know where you'll be next week?
You guessed it, Gajo. We do not know, and we do not want to know. God always takes care of his children.
Why do you travel the world? Why don't you settle down?
And why do you not settle down? Instead...
I love her reaction. I probably should have... as soon as he asked those questions, I was going to point this out. This is a nice little tip from old Uncle Mick to you. As best you can when you're engaging people with curiosity, avoid questions that start with the word why. Reason being is that when people hear, if you're speaking English, of course, the reason being is because if you start with the word why, it implies, whether you intend it to or not, it implies judgment to the listener, to the receiver of the question. Oftentimes when people hear why start a question, they will engage it with a level of like justification or defensiveness in her case. Because a why question in some ways implies a statement. When he says, why don't you settle down? There's an implied, you should settle down, or justify to me why you don't. Again, you may not intend that, but this is actually a trick that I learned way back even before I was a therapist when I worked on the National Suicide Prevention Hotline and Crisis Hotline, which is to whatever extent you can, ask questions with different words rather than why. So in the case of saying, why do you guys travel around so much? Why don't you settle down? You might ask a question instead of like, what's the benefit to traveling around so much? What's it like for you guys to keep moving around? Is there something about moving around that is more beneficial to you than settling down? These are questions that come off as more curious rather than, why do you keep moving? And you could try to offset a why question with tone, but it's kind of fascinating. Like as a therapist, I almost never ask a question starting with the word why. But try to keep them open-ended, right? Like open-ended questions that start with anything but that word. You're doing a good job. Open-ended meaning requires more of an answer than yes or no.
Of jumping from the frying pan into the fire, Gajo.
Oh, that's different. I'm serving my lord.
While we have no master, just the sun and God above us, and the grass beneath our feet. So hincha chipen andro jivipen.
Tell me something about the Roma. I realize I don't know anything about your people.
What can I say?
Attaboy.
We are people and Christians, just like you. The only difference between us is that we live on the road, while you are cooped up in the same cottage from cradle to grave. It is a free life for free people. Though it is true we often have to move on, because we are driven out.
Neither one better or worse than the other. Right? This is what's cool. When you engage curiosity about why people what they do, or why people do what they do, you can learn a lot about them. It can make for a really rich experience. Like Henry just being like, "Well, tell me more about what you do. I don't know a lot about you," is a wonderful thing. And you generally don't want to punish that kind of curiosity unless there's some sort of time-sensitive thing going on. And I would expect the same of her. She might, if she was like, "Well, what do you like about sitting at home rather than moving around?" Is that a choice you make, or is that something you do because you have to? Would you choose it again, knowing what you know about it? I mean, there's so much cool conversation that could be had there.
How do you get along with the locals?
It's always different. Sometimes the women folk could kiss my feet when I cured their pains. And sometimes they are more likely to burn me at the stake just for being different.
And what makes you nomads different?
You know, Gajo, nothing and everything. We live our lives as if each day could be the last. That is all. Try it. and you will see every sunrise like it is the first time again.
I personally think there's a lot of validity to that. I don't think you have to be a nomad in order to engage that, but genuinely, a lot of issues that I see when people have some level of like existential angst or are struggling to figure out who they are or what they want or just place themselves in the universe and space-time is you will often find that people find a level of comfort sitting either in the past or in the future. The past is a bit of an easy one to sit in because it's unchangeable, so it's always consistent. Even if you don't necessarily like what has happened in your past, to sit and think about the past and all that it's been for you, that stays really stable, unless you start lying to yourself about it. Even then, maybe you stabilize the lies, but you live in the past. It's a person who reminisces constantly, who talks about, remember that time in high school, like all that stuff. Not that there's anything bad about thinking about the past, but there is genuinely nothing you can do to influence it. It will always be what it was. Or people get so wrapped up in the future and in what ifs, whether via anxiety or otherwise, where they're constantly planning for the next thing. They're constantly looking for more. They're constantly trying to do. And in both scenarios, you are taking yourself away from the one thing you can influence the most, which is the present moment. And you can influence the future, but the only way you influence the future is through the way that you influence the here and now. And having a presence of mind in the thing that you're doing now, there's a lot of value to that. Having boundaries around that. When I'm at work, I am fully present with work. When I go home, I am present with my hobby, or I'm present with my relationship, or whatever thing I'm currently doing to the best of my ability, I stay present with it. Not that you have to you set goals, know where you're going, have some idea of what you want to do next. But there's real value to sitting with the present. The thing is, doing that often creates its own anxiety because then people will engage some sense of pressure on the moment. Like, oh, I got to do the right thing right now. And that's not really what it's about. It's just about appreciating the exact moment that you're in right now. Because it's the only time you're going to have to appreciate it in the way that you can right now. You can maybe appreciate it in the future when you're looking at the past, but again, you won't be able to change it. So this is why sometimes me and other therapists will say you don't actually have to wait very long to start changing stuff. There's a lot of things that you could change right now should you choose to be present with it and engage it.
What can you tell me about your husband, the Voivod?
May cholera strike him down, the scoundrel. The last thing I needed was a man like him. But I did not have any better ones at the shop.
Really?
Oh, yes. Like I always say, the best barrochero under the sun. But his stubbornness will be the end of me one day.
Oh, so I wonder if there's maybe some endearment in there. I don't know enough about their relationship to make a judgment call on that, but it's an interesting way to engage that.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I hear you know some magic and tricks. Is that right?
Kotuke penja. What magic, Gajo? I am just an old woman who knows how to ward off trouble and hold on to happiness. My old motto, may she rest in peace, she knew all kinds of things.
You see, and I thought you were really, well, in short, a witch.
Not at all. Fortune-telling and spells are far cry from black magic. Black magic is a path every honest manush avoids like a plague. My power comes from God, and I use it to serve only Him and good folks.
I appreciate that Henry was willing to say that, and I appreciate that she was willing to take that in stride. That's a moment. Communication is all about choices. Communication is not just about what you say, it's also about, in some ways, how you choose to interpret what somebody says. What intention do you want to go off of? I keep saying this, and I don't mean to keep repeating myself, but I believe immensely in giving people the benefit of the doubt in conversation. I think you open yourself up to a lot more success if you start with not necessarily just naive assumption of good intent, but some level of like, I'll take this as curiosity and then see where it goes. Like when he said, I thought you were a witch, I don't know to the extent to which she would think that's pejorative or a problem or be offended by that. And maybe it's something that she's heard from people over time. Maybe it's even something that's contributed to the camp being pushed to move. Maybe not. But you're presented with a choice when you hear something that might be a little bit like, ugh. It's do I make it about that and then lose the opportunity to engage this person meaningfully, or do I maybe take it in stride, respond in kind, and then see what happens? And this is the art conversation. This in some ways ties a loop right back to that conversation about communicating directly and leaving things up to interpretation and all the mass amounts of dynamic complexity that are involved in talking to people, let alone engaging them in a full body of communication rather than just verbal. I like that little exchange a lot.
How do you know when it's black magic?
Simple. Black magic is only used for the selfish benefit of fools who think only of themselves.
And is there another kind of magic?
Oh, Devla Miro, of course. The good kind that helps and comes from God.
And is it true? Do the spells really work?
So hincha chipen androji vipen. If you have faith, then it will work.
Okay.
More.
And now we've learned more about her, and we don't have to counter anything she said. It's not a responsibility. Sometimes it's fun to just be curious and hear people talk about the things they believe. Can I have a bath? No? Okay. What is it? Holy crap. Oh, that's the wedding. Okay. Okay, so the wagon wheels of fast travel. Oh, cool. Okay. So I can go here. Okay, thank God. Oh, look at that. We're going to take the long way. You spotted a strange man on the road. He looks like a pleasant fella. Stop by or leave him be. Stop by. Somebody smiles at you. Oh, here we go.
Hail, good man.
What a cool way to do fast travel. Are you kidding me? Riddler Barley. New codex entry. Ponds of the Trotsky region. Today, there's a system of several ponds around Trotsky Castle. Although they were built in the 16th century, we decided to leave them in place because of the amazing views that their surroundings offer. Largest of the ponds is the Rock Tower Pond, which covers an area of 9 hectares. I always mess up that word. The others are Vidlak, Rukhnyak, Kerchak, Hrudka, and Lower Pond. We've got Darnassus and Atlas and Vesuvius and Steve. In the Middle Ages, Nabokov Fortress stood near Nabokov Pond. The area is now a nature reserve called Podrosika Valley. It is the largest complex of wetland habitats in the Bohemian Paradise region and is home to many species of strictly protected organisms. If you ever decide to visit Trotsky Castle, we recommend you stop by this nearby locality as well. You, sir. Hello.
God be with you.
And with you. How about taking a break? Rest those legs and try your wits instead. Come on, don't be shy. I won't bite.
That's a relief. What were you going to offer me?
Curiosity killed the cat. No shame in that, though. They call me Barley.
You just wander the world.
Exactly. Never a dull day so far.
You have a peculiar name.
If I were ordinary, well, that's just another way of saying boring. And boring's not for me. So I wander the roads, collecting my riddles, and if I meet anyone I find interesting, I'll happily work a riddle on them.
Ooh, what do you got, boss?
A riddle. Very well. Let's hear it.
Now, listen carefully. What belongs to you alone, but is used more often by others? Any idea?
Yeah, your name.
My name.
That's right! You have a learned head on those shoulders. The robes of a priest would suit you better than a sword.
They really wouldn't, I assure you.
More's the pity. But down to business. I have a proposition for you. You deserve a reward for solving my riddle. Except, you've caught me flat broke. I can give you some of what little I have. Or teach you some of what I know. What'll it be?
Oh, I want to know what you know.
I'm always up for learning something new. What can you teach me?
I spend my days on the roads and my nights in the taverns. What interests you more?
Ooh. Taverns. Because you're probably engaging with people.
Tell me about the taverns.
There's this dingy place in Kuttenborough where you'll find a skeleton at one of the tables. Drank and drank and drank he did, until he drank himself to death.
And how exactly is this going to be of any use to me?
Next time you go drinking, be sure to remember him. No matter how well your evening is going, sometimes it's better to quit while you're ahead.
Well, I might just put that to the test. Thanks.
Safe travels.
Thank you, brother. Hey, don't drink too much or you might die. Good thing I solved his riddle. Okay. I love that that's a thing where you like can bump into somebody while fast traveling. Fantastic. Hello? It's me. Oh, you're right here.
Henry, good to see you.
What's up? I still can't pay her debt yet.
I'm looking for Marika, and I heard you know her.
I do. I know her quite well, in fact. But what do you want from her?
She's lost, and I'm trying to find her.
Henry, I think you'd best leave her alone.
Why? If she's in danger, I can help her.
Marika was here with her lover, but he was in rough shape. Blood everywhere.
What? Her lover? What happened?
Aye, with Bohush from Samin. Poor girl, she was terribly afraid of something. I begged them to stay here, said they were in no danger here, but nothing came of it. I went to pick some herbs, and when I came back, they were gone.
Do you know who she was so afraid of?
Everyone, as far as I know. Her own family and the people of Samin.
How come?
Most didn't approve of her relationship with Bohush. Both families took it as an affront to their honor. But that's all I know.
Do you know what happened to them?
Sadly, I don't. Marika was terrified. She didn't want to talk about it at all. And then they were gone.
Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
Marika told me a few times about a cave chamber in Apollonia, but I've never been there myself.
In Apollonia? That's a long way to go.
At least you can see how scared she was to stay here. I fixed Bahush up the best I could. I hope they made it.
Do you know where exactly it is?
I do. You start from Trotsky and go in the direction where the woodcutters cleared the biggest gap in the forest. The entrance should be somewhere on the right side of the valley. There should be one little rock wedged between two big ones. I remember that because Marika told me that she sometimes feels just as small, like she's stuck between two big worlds.
Thank you. I'll try to find her there.
Well, that's all I know about her, lad.
All right. Thanks for your help.
Take care, my friend.
It's a little awkward asking her about finding somebody else after she asked me to find her own daughter first. so she's a bit of a champ in that regard. Oh, you're looking for somebody else. Hopefully you find my daughter along the way. Oh, wow, that is way out there. Okay. All right, we're starting to have some stuff to do here. I guess let's see. Oh, man. It's such a long way to go there, but it would be probably good to find her. Let's. Oh, boy. Let's make the trek. I'm a little worried though that like I have not had a particularly meaningful way to make money. And I totally need better gear than I currently have. Like, I'm really worried about going out in the world like this. Especially with my shoes being almost toast. Like, I need some shoes, man. Maybe I'll sell all my herbs at the general store. All right, what's up, man? You got any shoes? You don't? Oh. It's honest work. Pick the flowers.
Worried about the price?
Warum nicht?
Oh god, alright. Haggling will allow you to influence the price you buy or sell items for. Trader will either accept your offer or make a counteroffer that you can react to. During the haggling process, the merchant's impatience level will increase. If the indicator fills up, he'll temporarily lose interest in haggling. The bolder you offer, the more his impatience will grow. Successful transaction will raise your reputation. An unsuccessful one will lower it. Okay. Okay, so I don't quite follow this. Original transaction price. Merchant's current offer 24, your current offer, your last declined offer, you'll pay 18, you'll pay 32. Okay, so I can either get 10 or get 5. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can do 9.
What would you say to this?
You won't convince me with this.
I'll take 8.
That's a decent price.
Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Okay. 8. 8 Groschen.
Lord be with you.
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
Is she pretty? If she was pretty, I'd have noticed for sure.
So,
okay.
You haven't seen her?
No. So either she wasn't here, or she's open.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Very helpful. Wow, this rain is awesome. Okay. Some legit rainfall here. Holy crap. Okay, so indulgence chest. What the hell is that? Trader, alchemy bench.
Good to see you.
I'm worried about my shoes. I need new shoes so badly. Dude, everything is so expensive. Holy shit. Was this 2026 economy? I mean, this shit's basically spoiled, so we should probably get rid of this.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Sure, why not?
How about a little 0.8?
Aye, that sum will convince me.
Okay, thank you for the 0.8.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Excuse me. Okay. Innkeeper Betty.
Come to break some more stuff. If you want something, wait till I've stopped being angry. And if you don't have anywhere to sleep, greetings.
Okay.
Have you come to break some more stuff?
People. God be with you. What would you like?
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
I don't know, no Pavlena. Sorry. I hope you find her soon. See you later.
Greetings, my friend.
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
Pavlena. Pavlena? I might have heard the name. I don't know. I never met her. Try asking somewhere else.
See you later, my friend.
Dang, that was close.
Christ.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
Better you ask Innkeeper Betty about things like that. I'm just the help, and I ain't seen any Pavlena.
I'm looking for Pavlena from Zhelyov, Goodman. Have you seen her?
Pavlena?
Have you got anything
Pavlena. The name rings a bell, but I can't say I know her. Does she ever go dancing in the tavern? I'd ask at the tavern if I was you. I'll be with you.
Thought I was at the tavern.
Have you seen Pavlena around here? A young girl from Zhelyov. Sells baskets here sometimes.
Pavlena? That's a nice name. Is she your sweetheart?
No, nothing like that. I'm just helping her mother find her. She's worried about her.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't know nothing about her.
I'll have a look at your wares.
Maybe next time, then.
All right, so it's the innkeeper, but she's mad at me.
Good day to you. I wish you a pleasant day.
Ugh, rain. Just what we needed.
How about you, Dicer Phillip? Oh no, I don't want it. Oh man, I don't really want it. I don't want to do dice.
It happens. Just watch where you're going.
I'm looking for a young girl who's gone missing. Her name is Pavlena, and she sells baskets here sometimes. Do you know anything about her?
Young Pavlena, you mean? Sure. A nice girl, kind. I think I saw her here on my last patrol. She had the baskets with her.
Are you sure? Where exactly did she go?
Well, it could have been another girl. I can't be absolutely certain. But she went towards the woodcutters' cottages, the ones between the tailors and the butchers.
Hey, the tailor. I need to talk to the tailor anyway. See if I can get myself a pair of shoes. God, this rain's really coming down. Holy hell. Oh, man, I don't get to hear thunderstorms very often anymore, now that I live in the desert. I do miss it. Okay. So... Ask the woodcutters. Oh, they're way over there. Okay. Ask about Pavlena. Okay, so there's a tailor. I want to go over there because I want to go by the tailor. Because I need shoes. Walking around without shoes. Oh, I'm also hungry, I guess. God damn it. You too. I got shit to do. Where did I live before that I heard them often? I grew up in Indiana. Lived in Chicago for many years. Lived in Virginia. Lived in Michigan.
What are you yelling for? What's going on?
I'm looking for my friend Roman. He works with us in the woods, and we need him now. But I can't find him. Have you seen him?
I haven't met any Roman.
If he's off again with that basket girl from Zhelyov.
Whoa. Let's play this cool. What girl?
What basket girl?
Pavlena, her name is. Roman goes with her to court in the shade of the pines, if you catch my drift.
My, that's a coincidence. I'm looking for Pavlena. Where do you think Pavlena and Roman might be?
Not long ago, Roman was talking over a beer about how him and Pavlena wanted to leave and start a new life. Somewhere where no one knows her and her ma.
You think they'd really do it?
I took it all with a grain of salt, but after what he told me last time, anything is possible. For Christ's sake, he's got a whole house his pa left him. He wouldn't just leave it on account of her, would he?
I don't know about Roman. I've been at Pavlena's, and it didn't look like she was getting ready to leave.
She might have done it in secret. She'd have reason enough. Believe me. Best to go and look in Roman's house. That should clear things up.
Wait, though. What was it you were going to say about Pavlena? What did Roman tell you? Why would he want to move away with Pavlena now?
No, I shouldn't have said anything. I promised I wouldn't tell anyone.
Listen, I really need to know about it. It might be important. Something could have happened to Pavlena, and any little thing could be a clue.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It ain't really a little thing. Well, it is, and it isn't. Pavlena is expecting a child.
Oh, God.
It's Roman's bastard.
Really? And who else knows about it?
Roman says he told only me. But who Pavlena might have told, I couldn't say. I don't reckon she's got many friends, though.
Now I see why they wanted to leave together.
Aye, that's just what I was thinking. We really should check out Roman's house. Then we'd know for sure.
All right. Let's go and take a look at Roman's.
Great. That is, you can go there.
Hang on. You said you two were friends. Why would I go there alone?
Ooh, good
For one
catch.
thing, I have to work. And besides, how would it look if anyone saw me breaking down his door? My reputation would be ruined. Whereas you, no offense, you're a stranger. You don't have to worry about your good name, do you? But me, I'd lose my livelihood.
That's fair. I'll do it if you pay? Oh, man.
How do I get into Roman's house?
Through the door, of course. Only it's locked. I tried it. You'll have to figure something out.
Oh, man. I don't know that I want to resort. He already gave me more information. I don't want to extort him for cash. I got to think about it.
I don't much like the idea of breaking into someone's house. I'll have to think it over.
What to think over? It's all in a good cause. Listen, if you do go and have a look there, come and tell me what you find. I'll be around here somewhere.
Oh, that's a tough choice. That's a really tough choice, man, because it's not really my responsibility, nor is her mom entitled to the information. Like, I mean, I could just as easily say some people saw him and that we don't know where they are and I did my best and leave it at that. Like, I don't know that breaking into somebody's house because they think they're doing me a solid is good enough reason. Or like, because I think I'm doing them a solid. Like, if somebody broke into my house and was like, oh, I'm here because your dad's worried about you. And I learned some information about you and your wife that you might not want a bunch of people to know because it could be dangerous, but I'm here because your dad deserves to know. I would not be thrilled. So, I think we get more information before we make a call about whether we break into the house. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. As always, friends, thank you so much for taking time to watch these playthroughs. There's going to be some episodes here that are slow going. We're going to be here for a long time, but the game itself is offering a lot of good stuff, so I'm excited about what's to come. Thanks for all the engagement on these videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for jumping to the next video. Thanks for leaving comments and thumbs ups and subscribing to the channel and all that stuff. It's helping immensely. Check out my other playthroughs in the meantime. If you're binging, I'll see you right here in the next episode. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, I'll get it out as soon as I can. You're awesome. I appreciate y'all immensely. You matter. See you on the next one.